All right, guys, we're going to get right into it tonight. See how fast we can go. We've got a cup match, and I'd like to play one league match as well. I've been super busy scouring all the free agents and the people with expired contracts, looking for a little bit of help because, frankly, it's been going horribly for us. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at that first. You can see right here, we have not been in great form. We had our first win on the first day and nothing since then. I take that back. We did have a 1-0 match against Hamburg recently with some of these new players in. So hopefully that's a sign things are turning around. But we're not losing big games. You know, this was 1-1 tie against Köln, who I think we should have beat. 1-2 loss against Mainz. Again, a team we should have beat. 4-1 loss against Stuttgart. They were in 6th place, but again, a team I think we should have beat. Gelsenkirchen 0-1. I think they're clearly better than us, but that game could have gone either way. We talked about some of this last time. Dusseldorf, same thing. Dusseldorf's been in kind of free fall, but we couldn't beat them either. So what we've done is we have gone, like I said, to look for transfers, anybody that can help us. And if I can find the button, that's the hardest thing right now. And you see right here, we have this string of frees that we've brought in. So Fabio Baboni, he's 22 years old. We've actually put him on Nurnberg 2. He's not spectacular, but he'll be decent depth for us. Hopefully he can get a little bit better. You see his physicals are okay. Not going to talk to him too much. He's on the second team there. Frank Kaczynski here, he's only 18. Again, we brought him in for the under-19s. We have no depth behind us. We don't have anybody coming up that's worth anything. The couple players that are kind of okay are extremely injury-prone, it appears. So we need to backfill a little bit and hope some of these players get better. So again, 4, possibly 5-star ability, decent first touch passing. Appears to be a solid player. Only 18. We'll let him get a little seasoning down there, and then maybe we'll bring him back up. Drazen Novinic. I actually, despite the fact that he's 18, I brought him up for us, for the big team, right? You see right here, acceleration of 15, natural fitness of 18, pace of 14. Really good. 18 determination, work rate of 13. Crossings 10, first touch is 14. I've really been looking for somebody that can do some sort of crossing to help us out. He's got the speed. He's got some fitness. He can play for a whole match of running up and down. And his crossing is okay, hopefully to get better. He's only 18. I brought him in. He played great for half, and then he was injured. I hope that's not a sign of things to come. But if it is, he was free. So we can't really complain too much. And does it tell us what his worth is on this screen? Salary value. Well, it says 110,000. But even if we make 110,000, then we made 110,000. So we'll see. If nothing else, we can always put him back down to the under-19s and give him a year or so down there and see if we can realize some of this potential. But like I say, we'll see. Samuel Gustafsson, attacking midfielder here. We needed somebody. Onuka seems to be fairly injury-prone. He's been out for most of this season. He missed a good chunk of time last season when we brought him in. And frankly, he hasn't been quite as good as we've hoped he'd be when he was in. So we've gone back to the drawing board here again, and we brought Mr. Gustafsson in here on a free. It just so happened that the Swedish league was not in action at the moment, so there were a lot more players there to deal with, primarily Swedes and Italians when I was looking. But you can see here, crossing 12, dribbling 13. First touch is 16. That's excellent. Good passing, good technique. Almost all the mentals are in the green here, with really good determination and good vision. All the physicals are in green. He is 30 years old, so we're not expecting this to keep up forever. I believe, let's see, we're contract length here, 2028. We've got him for another essentially 2 years and a couple months, 2.5 years. We'll have to see how that goes. It's a little older than I really wanted. He does have a natural fitness of 14, and I don't believe the attacking midfielder, it's quite as important that he be super fast. So if he slows down a little bit, we'll be okay. Kirk has played there very well the last couple years, and he's dirt slow. So not too worried about it at that position. I think the seasoning, the experience is more important than the physical aspect of that. Kevin Lasagna, because I wanted the ultimate Italian. We brought him in at striker. He is also 33, which is one of the reasons we were able to pick him up on a free. Natural fitness of 15, though, and you can still see acceleration of 14 and pace of 14. So he's not slowing down anytime soon. We actually brought him in on a 9-month contract just for this year. If he gets X number of starts, then he becomes, we automatically add a year to that. So we'll have to see how it goes. If we get close to that and we think we begin to see a drop off, we can say no. Otherwise, we hang on to him. He's got a finishing of 13, a first touch of 13, off the ball of 15, which I like. Again, we talked about the speed and the physicals. Everything except leadership is green over here. Really happy with him. He's also a decent penalty taker, just as a bonus. So he's essentially an instant starter on our team. Nikolai Cipoletti. Okay, we brought him in as well. We expect he's going to start at defensive midfielder. I know we have Bayer. I know we have Gennaro, both of which play very strongly in the mid, though, and we really didn't have a lot of depth in mid-center. He's going to give us one more player that we can plug in either place. I did promise them that he would get a play as anchor, as a defensive midfielder, so we are going to see him there more often than other positions. We'll just have to see how it goes, though. He does make excellent decisions. Determination's really good. Good position, anticipation. Strength of 16, passing of 13. So I think he'll be okay at that. He also is excellent for corners. I don't expect him to do a lot of that from the anchor position. But, we'll put him in there, but I'm sorry, crossing. I don't expect him much crossing, but good corners will help us as well. So, yeah, good work rate. Real happy with that. So those are the players in. Nobody out probably since you last saw it, except maybe Stefan Wild, who we sent out on a loan. That is it. I have two more players we are waiting on. Miguel Angel Torres, again, this is another youngster. He's 17. Bringing him in on a free as well, assuming he says yes to the contract. Tackling of 13 already. Agreement is center back. So he looks like the physicals are good. Natural fitness is going to be real good. Agility is going to be real good. Bravery, looks good. Again, brought him in on a free, 4-star potential. If we turn him around in a year or two, great. He's going for the under-19s for the moment. And then Miguel Restrepo. I think this kid is going to be a star. I think he's going to be closer to 5-star potential. Look at him right now. We brought him over from Colombia. I think Colombia. We've signed him. I think it's all a done deal. We don't get him until the winter break because we did have to pay for him. He wasn't a free transfer. But I couldn't say no to him. Jumping reach is 16. You see that. I mean, the physicals are all great over here. He is going to play fullback for us. Probably just out on the left because we do really need somebody there. That's where he wants to be. I think that's great. Teamwork is 17. Determination is 17. Bravery is 16. Flair's okay. Marking's good. Tackling's good. And it looks like his crossing will be kind of average. But at the moment with these, an average crossing is still a huge step up for us. So that is it. Let's go ahead and look at the match for tonight. We are going into Braunschweig for the cup match. This is our next round of the cup. Fingers crossed we did have a win recently, so hopefully that will help us out. I have been going back and forth between goalies. Rakowski did complain. I had the captain talk to him, so that talked him back down, but I did give him the last probably 3 or 4 matches. I've just put Pastor back in. Rakowski did play well. You can see 6.84. He hasn't been bad for us at all. In fact, if you look at what they say for average, he's done better. However, Pastor can't be held for this. He was on a couple, he had the 8-0 and the 4-1, but none of those were his fault. He's played very strongly. That was a complete just collapse of the team, not of the goalie. I don't blame any of that on him. So I'm fairly happy to have him back in, but we are going to have to rotate him a little bit. Rakowski's not quite as good as Pastor, but he's still pretty good. So we want to keep him happy, and that gives us 2 strong goalies, so we don't get in too much trouble. What else are we doing this time? We've got Nicolo back here. We already talked about that as anchorman. This match, we've got Gennaro and Juan Jose Vega in. Samuel Gustafsson is going to play a second matchup here as advanced playmaker. Kevin Lasagna up here as a false 9, and we're going to run Patrick Foch this time. Zay Turbo has not been very good. You see right here it says 6'8", but he had one decent match of 720. That's kind of throwing it. He has not played well. He's had a couple matches where he only had one shot. Both of those were extremely long shots. He's not been getting in. He's unable to get into the box. And he's unable to pass to somebody else who's in the box at the moment. So he's been declining kind of rapidly. We're beginning to see numbers come down. And he just hasn't been the player he's been for us in the last couple of years. So he's been essentially the starter for us this whole time. You can see right here, he has been in for 9 matches. The only one he wasn't in was an injury, I think. Or maybe he missed 2 for an injury. It looks like 10-1 here for Mr. Hoyt is the best. So, yeah, on the back we've got Seidel and Hoyt for our wingers. Vuletic and Karabalis out there. On the bench we have Rakowski, Mihai, Philip Heisa, Michael Bayer, So Kamada, George Anuka, who's just back from injury. He hasn't played yet. He's probably only good for 45 minutes. And Domenico Tolomeo as our backup striker. All right. Submit team. Okay. We're going to go key. We're not going to go quite that fast, but maybe we'll go a little bit faster. There we go. Let's turn the replays back on. Goals. We are in our standard little diamond formation. We're control structured. Our instructions are slightly deeper and be more expressive. And that's it. Our last match, by the way, we did have slightly less than half of our shots for long shots. So, you know, generally we're 2/3 to 3/4 long shots. I'm hoping that's a sign of things getting better. I don't actually know. Well, we're 10 minutes in, nothing going on yet. And turn our dominance into goals, we're looking good. I think they want us to turn on work. Excuse me. Oh, okay. So, well, we haven't been that dominant. 53% possession, 79% passes. We have had 5 shots to their, well, soon to be goal. That's how it works. We shoot, shoot, shoot. They get 1 shot, it becomes a goal. Pretty much every time. Well, you know, it was decent defense. Borovikinen was right there on the edge. Goalie had to cover the whole thing with people charging in. But again, we've had 6 shots, 3 of them on target. 8 shots now, but 7 of them have been long. They've had 1 shot, and it was a goal. So, yeah. And this should be half at some point. Well, I don't know that they've been particularly unlucky, but 6-6, 6-7. We haven't played well. But everybody's pretty much at the same boat, so let's go ahead and we'll see what happens. We have had a possession advantage. I'm trying to think if there's anything we want to turn on, maybe to... Our passing's been good, we've had a good... I don't know, I don't really know that anything we can do is going to help. Yeah, I just don't know. Vega's beginning to get tired. Let's see what this is, and then maybe we'll make a sub for Vega. Maybe it's time to put Kamada in. Hoyt's got it. Out to Cipoletti. I did actually look at another player that could play with Hoyt, but he wasn't better than Hoyt. He would have been a solid backup, but at this point I decided just to kind of save our money. We don't need a team quite that huge. Hoyt's played pretty well. He does get yellows. One of the reasons we don't have Bayer in actually is he's not suspended for a cup match, but he is that's the type of crap I'm really upset about. He is suspended for a next league match, so I just decided we'd sit him down for 2 and yeah, we get somebody else some playing time. We'll get Gennaro some playing time. All right, so Jose Vega's not playing well. Let's go for Kamada. Firm. Oh well, we don't need to do a pep talk yet. And then we'll see. Maybe we'll get Onaka in at 75-ish. Oh my gosh. We're so close. Like I say, every match we're so close. Except for those matches we get blown out. But other than those, completely close. You know, we are 11 shots. Only 3 of them have been on target, but we seem to be pushing here, so let's hope it continues. Lasagna, is he going to keep it in? He's just going to stand there. At least he managed to finally do something with it. Out back to Hoyt. Up to Gustafsson, Vulatek, Cipoletti. Apparently that's what the anchor does. He just passes it backwards. Hoyt, come on guys, do something with it. I guess that's something. Give it to the other team. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. Aggressive defense. Didn't work, but Pastor's able to make the save. We're at 75. Let's see what we can do. Gustafsson is tired, so we're going to swap him out for Onuka, put him in for a little bit. There we go. We'll use up all our saves. We'll put Domenico in for Lasagna. Italian for Italian. Probably should have gone defense. Cipoletti and Carabalis are both tired as well. I expect them to do a little less running there in the center, though. So, we'll see. Jotsarevich has a corner. Feeds it in. Cipoletti's able to clear it a little ways. Gerber gets back under it. Wow, he's even the same color as the Gerber baby food stuff. Hoyt. Well, apparently nothing happens. They were able to keep possession. Let's pep talk. How about we'll passionately demand more. There's only 2 minutes left, but nope. This is it for our cup aspirations. I hope this was all we were supposed to do, because we suck. All right, 14 shots. He says don't be harsh, they played well. I don't know what match he watched. Not happy. All right, leave match. I honestly don't think we're terrible defensively. I mean, we seem to give up at least one bad goal every match, but beyond that, we play pretty solid. Let's see. We got a couple bucks. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to... these guys are all too young to go on loan, but they all want to. So we're not even given the option. It keeps showing up, but there's an age limit for how young a player can go out on loan in Bundesliga, at least in this division. And they're not there yet. So we'll go ahead and work our way through this. We'll be back in a minute. All right, welcome back. We're just about there. The match is today at 15:30, according to that. The board is still pleased with us for no apparent reason. 49% on competitions, though. I guess they're not super thrilled with us losing out in that round. I didn't think we were supposed to get farther, but maybe we were. Fitness tests. Onuka is good for 45 minutes. Julian Kramer is still out for a little while. Team selection. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Our problem seems to be scoring goals more than defense. So we're going to move our defensive midfielder up to a center midfielder. I put Kamada in instead of Cipoletti. We'll leave him here in the subs. Otherwise, we move Zay Turbo back in for Domenico. We'll put Domenico here. We'll run Zay and Kevin. Lasagna is going to be a poacher. Zay Turbo is going to be a false 9. Control is the default kind of mentality for this one for us. We're going to put a little pressure here. We're going to assert that I want to win. Then we'll tell them that I love them, and that I have faith in them. I don't have any faith at all, to be honest. I think they're terrible. But I'm the one that put them there, so I guess I had faith in them at one point. Ristic has been a bit of a thorn in my side over the years. I saw his name pop up there. He's been very good for Frankfurt the last couple years. Vega, come on, do something with it. There we go. Bulutek feeds it back to Pastor, puts it right back up to Kamada, to Vega. Let's see if we can actually do something with it here. Kind of our first rush. Zay Turbo, what's he going to do? Back to Kamada. Gennaro, up to Lasagna. Oh, he feeds it up to Zay Turbo. Oh, it was brilliant until the finish. That is a shot that Zay Turbo did not used to miss. And, well, at least it wasn't a long shot, but it was off target, so it doesn't really matter how close you get if you're not actually going to kick it at the goal. Sadel comes up, wins the header. Vega, I'm not sure what he's doing. Ends up with it finally after all of that. Works it forward a little bit up to Gennaro. He dribbles a couple times. Tries to make a horrible pass past Ristic. It fails. They are on the attack. This will be maybe our bad goal we're going to give up this match. Oh, Vulatek gets away with that. Gennaro up to Kamada. Come on, get it out of traffic. Over to Vega. Over to Zay Turbo. What's he going to do with it? Up to Lasagna. Oh, that was not a very good pass either. Zay decides to keep it this time, of course, which never works out well. He should never dribble with the ball. He never, this is the, told you it was the bad goal we were going to give up. It was the next counter, but I knew it was happening. It's usually early, too. This season, instead of giving it up at the last second, we give it up pretty much right away. We just get it over with. And that's just FM, because goalies are unable to protect the near side there, near post in this game, for no apparent reason. I won't actually blame the goalie on them. That's just horrible modeling of what a player is supposed to do. Zay Turbo. I can't believe he got away with it that time, but again, he just kind of walks up and then just says hell with it. I'm tempted just to sell him this winter break just because he's been so terrible. I went back and was like trying to find shots that he took that were good, and I couldn't find a single good shot this season, not one. So I don't really care what it says he's actually been playing like. He's been terrible. And I just can't get him to do anything else, you know. Despite whatever instructions he's given, he dribbles up till either he gets tackled away because he loses almost all of those, or he just shoots it wildly from long range. And the fans are going to be pissed at me when I do it, but he's still worth some money at this point. And so we may as well cash in on him. Maybe we could... Oh. Another bad pass. Let's see if Kruger can get another goal. Up to Sem... Oh, Ristic. Left all alone. All alone. I think this is an angry demand more. And this is definitely a team we should be beating. Frankfurt has not been good. And we just leave him there. Just leave him. The entire team's there, but nobody actually felt like covering it. We did have one win before we played all this. It was a 1-0 match. It wasn't spectacular, but it was a win. So it got us back up to the 1 point per. There we go. That was a great cross to nobody. It did get us back up to the 1 point per match that we're probably going to need to be to avoid relegation again this season. Which, hey, maybe we're going to give up 3. There we go. Pastor stops that one. Man, we've been terrible. Anyway, like I say, we're still at wherever we're at, 14th. So we're still clear. We are going to be angry. Who has played the worst? Everybody's played the worst. Hoyt's been bad. Seidel's been worse. Bring in Heiss. Zay Turbo, 6.4. We don't want to use all our subs right here. We're down 2-0, so the odds of something happening here. We're going to go up to attack. Instructions. Be expressive. I don't know. Pump the ball into the box. Let's see what that does. Come on. Oh, Vuletek. All you did was make his pass for him. This is embarrassing. Well, at least you guys didn't see the 8-0 whooping of Bayern, but you do seem to see most of the really bad matches. I'm going to have to just start recording every match without commentary, and then if I actually accidentally stumble across the win, I can go back and do commentary for it. This is going to be another one. Nope. Hoyt's on a 6.2. I don't think we've really got anybody to put back there. Hoyt, by the numbers, is one of our best players, by the way. So, you know, I don't know. There's not much I can. So he and Zay Turbo playing badly. I mean, that's the rot just starts at the top. You know, if we can't count on our best players, certainly we can't count on everybody else. I'm not sure what that penalty was, but maybe he whispered something to Gustafsson that made him fall down. Didn't look like there's really any contact there, but we'll take it. Just fed it in weakly. I don't know if it was an actual shot or if it was just an off-target cross or we win the head. Vuletek's played pretty well. I've been pretty happy with him. He started out a little bit shaky, but he's played much better of late. He wins a lot of those headers. I think he has a heading reach of 20, a jumping reach, whatever it's called, of 20. His heading isn't... that was a horrible pass. I'm not sure what we were attempting to do there. Hey, there's one guy with 2 people on him. Clearly that's who should have the ball. I don't even know. Don't even know. I don't think we need to see that. Let's go. Let's see about a substitution. My entire defense has been garbage. I know I just said Vuletek was good, but that's a 6.1 for him. But I've got nobody else back there. Gustafsson is just doing terrible. Time to bring Renuka in. And that's kind of it. That's all we can do. I just want to get 1 goal. Let's try overload. We've got 12 minutes left. Nope. There he goes. A-Turbo missed like 3 shots in there. All of which he would hit last year or the year before. Yeah, it's just a terrible match. I'm sorry. There's not a whole lot to narrate when they suck. Come on, Vega. Make something happen. Nope. Everybody there you could pass to. Instead, you just kind of roll it weakly in on the goalie who's standing there waiting for it. Let's see if we can give up another bad goal. Oh, thank God. Saved by the bell. Tell them they were disappointing. All right. On that positive note, I'm going to let you go and shit, back to the drawing board, I guess. Like I say, if you got some suggestions for me, well, yeah, let me know. Let me know. It ain't going well, boys and girls. I mean, assuming there's one watching. One of the 9. Anyway, if you liked it, hit like. If you hated it, hit dislike. Subscribe if you'd like to see me get my ass kicked some more. And we will see you next time. Tschüss.